Hey amigos, Carlos Costa for Beardbrand. I'm here with
Harry from Cut and Grind,
Soho, London, and we're gonna do another beard trim video.
So what we're going to do today, my friend?
Okay, so I'm thinking of going a little bit shorter than usual. But I want to keep the same sort of shape, round and not pointy.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking about that much.
About an inch.
Yeah, about an inch to start with, and then we see how it goes. And keep the round shape and sharp. On the moustache, that side is a bit longer, as you know. I keep playing with these sides.
No problem. We'll balance that out and cut them blunt so they grow into that.
Cool.
Brilliant. Excellent. Well, let's begin. We're going to do the same thing on this side. Using our comb like a ruler. Come in and bring our line. Then freehand, we can come down and sharpen that line. And again, anything on the cheeks, we'll just remove without going into the line. We're going to come straight down and mark our length. Really sharpen that line up. Let's persevere with it a little bit longer. So we're nearly there. Let's snip this. And then I think eventually this, to me already, can you see it now in the mirror, how nicely that's sitting and how it's forming a nice shape there now? Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So we take this area here, okay, which we know is from the crease, right? So it's part of the tash. We take it and we literally snip these ends, all right? So you see now how thick that end is looking there now. We take the ends off. This one a little bit more than the other one because this one was slightly longer. And then what we do is we come this way and we check our balance. So this is our hot towel. Okay. Temperature okay?
Yeah, you know,
it's
like
not too
hot
hot
anyway. Yeah.
Okay, so here goes. The reason for the hot towel is to help soften the bristle, help soften the skin, yeah, ready for our shave, so it doesn't irritate his skin with the razor. And we prepare our lather here, hot water, old-fashioned Turkish soap, and a real badger brush. So now, let's take this off. We'll just wipe the skin, wipe the face, ears, because we've been cutting the hair so it's nice and clean. Make sure there's no loose hair anywhere, keeping it nice and clean. Old money oil, beard oil, okay. You can use this also as a pre-shave oil when you're shaving around the neck. Yeah, just a very small amount, size of a 20p piece. Work it in. Okay, and what I find is it helps the razor glide against the skin and stops any irritation.
I love the smell, man.
And use our soap, and we lather this up using circular motions. Just to clean up all the soap and everything and make sure the skin is nice. Alright, so now we sit up. We'll put another bit of the beard oil in, and then we'll just really work that in. Really working that in now. The perfect shape for Mr. Carlos Costas.
Nice and sharp. Yeah, I don't think I want to go any shorter anyway. Not for now.
I think that's cool.
Well, thank you very much. High five.
Greg Brzezinski here, and I'm finally in London and at Cut and Grind to get my hair cut by Harry. And we're looking forward to seeing what he's going to do to not only my hair, but also to my beard. So let's do this.
Great. Well, welcome to London, my friend, and welcome to Covent Garden, and welcome to Cut and Grind. All right? So, let's start with the hair first. All right? So we'll do the hair. Okay? What for today? What do you want to do with your hair?
I'd like to get the sides considerably shorter.
Yeah.
I'd like to get the sides considerably shorter.
Yeah.
I like them fairly tight.
Tight. Yeah.
And like a natural taper in the back.
Yeah.
So on the sides, you can go as short as you want.
Brilliant.
And then top, I think.
Yeah, the length on the top, what do you think? Do you think maybe something like this?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Okay.
So we still have some sort of volume on the top and some height on the top, right?
Right.
Cool. All right.
And then on the part there, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah. Yeah. I find that when it's cut too much to a specific part in and these ends flop over, I find it gets a little bit too weighty, right? So I prefer, you can still have this long, so that if you flick it over or over, you don't get no pieces that hang over it, right? They blend in, right? So let's try something like that, and we'll see how it is, right? So we're going to begin using the largest grade on our clipper, which is the number 4, okay? And we're working our way up nice and square, give you a nice square shape here, all right? And as we're doing this, we're using our mirror in front of us, and we're looking at the shape that we're building up, okay? Okay, so as you can see, it's getting sharper and sharper as we're going shorter and shorter. And then we'll, like I said, we'll find what we think works well, and we'll stay there. Yeah. So this is a 1 right at the bottom. Okay. And we're just working our way up. So like we said, we're going to take about that much off, I think, realistically, so that there's a nice difference in the hair there, right? So basically what we're doing on the top now is we're just giving it a a square layer on the top and just getting rid of most of the bulk of the hair. So cutting into it so it's not too sharp and too heavy. Right, so there's still a little bit of a texture on the ends of the hair. After we'll dry it, we'll look at it again, and if it needs any thinning again, we'll do that once it's dry. But for now, we're just working through the shape. Just working our way nice and square across the top. Do you like to blow dry your hair much? Do you work with your hair yourself much, or do you like to sort of just rough dry it and do it? You do.
A lot of times it dries very quickly,
yeah.
So I just towel dry it.
Yeah.
And if I'm rushed for time, I'll hit it with a blow dryer, but it literally will dry in 30 seconds.
Yeah. And products? You tend to use products in your hair?
I like a lot of products, so do put on. I actually like a lot of texture, so I use sea salt spray a lot of times, and either pomade or styling balm.
Yeah.
And then I actually will fix it with good old-fashioned hairspray. So I do everything.
Yeah.
I've described my hair as a medium textured hair, but as you get older, the hair gets a little finer.
Yes.
So anything I can do. So I typically don't like to. I stop all barbers from using thinning shears.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Well done. Well said.
Like the ends, texturing the ends, I think is fine, but I wouldn't ever cut into it.
Yeah. I find if you sort of cut into it a little bit, it softens the hair the way it falls, especially the grayer area. It's like mine, you find the grayer area is a little bit more cool side than the rest of the hair. So now I'm blending the sides in a little bit more now with this. Like I said, with that point there, I've still left a bit. So you see it still has that hangover, but it just, you get a sort of a more of a blended parting. And then with the parting this way, doesn't matter where you take the parting. Right? So typically you can take it further down, you can take it even further down. Yeah. Or again, sort of higher up. You see? You don't have that shape. Yeah? But we'll dry that and then you'll see how that benefits that area. So now, just scissor over combing it to blend in the lengths together and keep that shape. Perfect.
You can see how fast it
dries. It dries off. Yeah. Well, this is nice because it's got that sort of texture now that you can sort of wear it either messier or whatever. But we'll slick it if you like for now. So you see how it sits, and I'll put the parting in so you see how the parting sits with the. Beardbrand sea salt. Okay, so with this, we literally just spray it in. So now we're going to blow dry. Okay, we're using this brush. It gives us a little bit of volume in the hair afterwards. And what I do first is I crease that parting. Okay, so you can have that parting without shaving it in, right?
I call this the rockabilly tele-evangelist.
Yeah. With this, like we said, we want to take some of this bulk off, right? So bring this slightly more compact here, right? And take this up, maybe there.
Yep.
Right? We'll start like that. We'll have a little look. And if we want to go shorter, we can take it shorter and shorter and shorter, all right? And then the tash, like we said, all we're going to do is right on the ends, we're literally going to snip them ends off so that it's a little bit more thicker there and not so wispy, all right? Okay. As you can see, with this, we're not going as extreme as what we normally do and go straight down because of there's wave and straight in the hair. So we're working our way down slowly, taking the ends all the way straight down. Okay. Around here, we'll let it fall. We'll have a look at it. Okay. You see these bottom pieces, and you see the top piece there. Right. So just using the scissors just to sharpen that line. Can you see how now the underneath hair is gone, and by going, can you see how that line is looking sharper and sharper? Okay, and like we said, with the tash, again, be very careful what we take out as the tash. Right, so it's got to be literally just the tash, right? The rest of the hair stay. We twist this here, and just literally these ends, yeah. Right, so for your hair, we will use something a little bit more like a clay, right? So it's not too shiny. Does that sound about
That's good.
all right? Yeah. Again with this, just really work it in so it sort of disappears in. And I like to just really work it in everywhere in the hair, not just in one place. Just make sure you really sort of get it everywhere in the hair. See, with this now, we can sort of mould it to wherever we want. Like you said, what you can do is, this is just like a hairspray. We'll finish off just controlling these little grey ones. Okay.
Steve Brooks. I'm a photographer. I've been coming to Cut and Grind now since their opening, and today I'm with the Meister, so I'm in good hands.
Nice to see you, my friend.
Yeah, and you, Harry. Yeah.
Guess we're going to do what we did last time. Was it good?
Yeah.
Nice and short, sides and back, nice and textured on the top, and then the beard, let's sharpen it up, right? Let's get it nice and thick again.
Brilliant.
Keep the tash clean.
Yes, we did the tash last time,
cool.
so you can keep that.
Let's do it. Let's get you gowned up and we'll begin. So you see these bits that you're talking about now, that they're all like this, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people, and what most things is, let's take them off, right? But by taking this off, all you're doing is pushing it away for a week, right? Or 3 days, and then it's going to come back again, right? Ideally, these, as they grow down, right?
Yeah.
The length, you see how here, you see how long this is. Look how, you know, this. But look how nice the hair just sits. It sits more flatter, right? It's got nothing really doing that, right? So ideally, from here, we want all this layers down. This little bits here, we clean around the edge here anyway, and by pulling it all here, you'll find that we'll just taper that in.
Good.
Do you know what I mean? Because we're going to go for a heavy line again underneath here, would do that. If it was a lot shorter, if it was a shorter bit, you could fade this area and come down. But when you've got such a big beard and such a big volume here, to fade this here doesn't really balance very well. Do you know what I mean? So we'll clean this, and you'll see that these will sit a lot better, and this will grow down into the corner, right? We'll start with our number 2, put our shape in. We're fading it up now a little bit more, blending this 1.5 into this higher area, and then we'll look at our mirror. Ooh, nice little shape there, look. Lovely, lovely, lovely jubbly. Lovely jubbly. And we'll do the same over here. So now, this is at 0.5, right? So as you can see, really, really taking it really tight around here. So it fades in nice. Again, just flicking the blade up just so that it basically blends that half in, you know, a little bit more smoother. So now, as you can see, we're going in with a 0 here.
Full designer working now. Try. You designed that.
Yeah? Right, so now we'll do the top. Not too much off the top, because I like to have a little bit of texture in the hair. So just skimming the ends, keeping the shape. And that's it. So I'm just cutting into the hair now, texturizing it a little bit. Channeling, it's called. Just cutting into it a little bit, soften it a little bit, just sort of break up that fringe so it's not too square line, you know what I mean? And then that way we've got this, all this kind of stuff going off around there. So again, just into this. And then here again, just sort of randomly taking and cutting smaller pieces into the hair to sort of give us this kind of texture into the. So just blending these corners in a little bit more, but using different scissors to soften it so it's not too hard around there. We bring the hair over to the corner and just take away the excess. Bingo. Nice sharp line. Bring it around. Now we come to the tash. So the tash, we'll keep it clean. We're not growing it into anything, so we'll keep it nice and clean. The most important are these little corners here. They're really annoying. The hair goes right in there and you can't. So let's go in. And again, with this, the trick is not to cut it too high. So you still want to leave something there, and by angling it this way and then moving it back, it just layers its way and gives you a clear space in here to kind of really get nice and clean in there. Yep. See, just get them little bits right in there where the crease is. I find them the most annoying, these bits here. Cool. Right, so we've combed it through, get rid of all the little knots. Right, make sure the neck is all the way back, so it's stretched. And then we go in with our line, with our mark, you see. Comb as our ruler, and just bang that line in. All the way around, all the way around. Right, now we're going to really refine this line. It's black. Right in there.
No, unfortunately not unless it's late afternoon.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, that's good, mate. Yeah, that's good. I like.
There's a nice angle on that. A little bit of dust, bang, bang, bang.
Bit of fake dandruff.
That's the one.
Angel dust.
That's it. Bang.
Cool.
Right?
Yeah.
And the beard, what do you fancy, sir?
I've been using utility, but if you got the styling?
I've got styling.
Yeah, styling, yeah, that'd be perfect.
Tea tree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So, a little bit of this. Magic stuff, not too much. Ding, ding, ding. Put it on. That's the one, really get it in there. Everywhere. Bang. I think I like the tash like that better rather than trying to grow it. I think it looks much better, much better.
I think I never had success with moustache. But that looks good.
Cool.
Feels good and smells.
Happy chap?
And we're just...
More than happy. Thanks to the Meister.
My pleasure. So today all we're going to do is basically we're going to put all this hair over here like we normally do our tidy ups, take any excess from here over to this side to allow it to bounce back and layer perfectly into place, right? And then the inside, like we said, we're going to grow these pieces to come and grow there. Then I'm going to come across here and just literally take more of the point off, not really take anything off these corners because like we said we're going to fill them corners up. So just by doing that and lifting that up, it's going to actually make your beard look a lot thicker, do you get what I mean, and a lot bigger than what it is now, right? And that's what we're going to do. And the moustache, we're growing, right? So we're going to go for a nice full handlebar tash, right?
Nice.
So we're going to leave the centre, we allow that to grow through the centre, and then I'll just look at the ends. If they're too wispy for me, I'll just snip and blunt and allow the rest of it to
Yeah,
come
they
in,
seem
that's
to be
fine.
kind of, sometimes they flick a little bit and it doesn't look that
That's
great,
right. So we'll look at them as well, alright?
Fantastic.
So we're ready to go now. So as we said, we're going to basically come across here and just do a straight line, taking away all the excess hair from the corner that puffs out that we don't really need. Alright? And the best way is using our comb as a ruler to get that sharp line. So now we're going to go for this front bit, right, and lift it up and basically thicken it up around here, alright? So if you just lift your chin up for me, perfect, alright? So again, we can see what that's doing now, right? You see it's going like that, right? So we know if we took this up to there, it's going to look a lot fuller, right? So that's our guide, and we've got our comb as our ruler. Now, what I do, my little thing, is to basically go over the beard trim with the scissors. Like that. Always. And that way you get, I find you get a much more sharper, even line. So with a moustache, because we're growing it, right, and we have to grow it from the centre, we have to keep an eye on these little wispy pieces that grow around the ends, right? So the best thing to do is if we twist these, just like that, and then with the scissors, just really blunt, cut that off. You see what happens there? You get a nice blunt finish on the end. The trick is, make sure you get the balance right, so that they're all even on both corners, and the best way is just hold that and that and just pull that out using your mirror, just making sure that both ends at the same. And you see all these little bits that are jumping up, a lot of barbers would take all that off, right? I wouldn't do that. I would allow that so that when everything grows in here, that could just be folded in there and come in there, and you see how neat it looks after. So here it is, old money. So have a little smell, see if you like the smell first. That is lovely. It's good. Okay, just a couple of little dots of it there. Really work it in, make sure it goes everywhere. And then again, really work it into that beard. Okay. And then what we can do is just with the tash, just separate it a little bit with the oil. We're going to do the beard. Alright, for me there's a few little fluffy bits here, there and everywhere. I'd like to put a nicer shape in it, clean the lip up, clean the cheek up, and then I'll go for a nice little taper on the neck. Alright? Let's do it. So as you can see, our usual technique. Yeah, so it doesn't matter how big the beard is or how long the hair is, we still use the same technique. Just bringing the hair over, working it in, bringing all the bits that don't really belong, come in, and then just put a little line in, natural there, not too heavy. These little fluffy bits, let's take them down because we know we're going to taper this area in here nice and natural. And then these little bits here, we can lift them up and just take the ends off. Nice. And then these little ones here, naturally, just bang, 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 bang. So we leave it nice and natural there. Leave that nice and natural. Alright? The mustache now. Unless we're going to grow a handlebar, right?
Which we're not doing.
We're not doing. There's no point in having all this scraggly hair all around the edges. We still want to keep it full though. We want to keep it full so it feels like a tash, but clean and comfortable. We can eat, we can drink, and nothing gets around it.
Right.
All right?
Great.
So now you can close your eyes because this bit jumps up. All right? I like to push these pieces over to the side and cut them, and you see they bounce back and leave it nice and free around there. All right?
So I've always kind of been looking for the vision for the beard and how short it should be. I don't like what you see a lot of Americans is that they trim
Line
it
it up.
really tight, and it's these angular lines. I don't want that, but I also don't want a neck beard. So I want it to have depth and texture, but I don't want it to be too scraggly. So is there what should I tell my barber when they're in here, messing with my beard, to give it that depth, but also keep it clean? Like a compromise between both. So
What we need to do at this stage, where we are now, right, is we have to grow all of this here, all of this literally this line above here, all the way around, has to come to just on the Adam's apple, right? All into a straight line. So we're bringing a straight line down like that, right?
right.
Okay, so the bit underneath now, at this stage, doesn't really matter if we taper this up so that we allow the hair to build up underneath here and it still looks natural rather than cutting a line and then that growing and then that growing and you're having two lines that are growing in together, right? Until all this is filled. Once all this is filled, then it's coming down almost to the Adam's apple, then we can keep a straight line on it, all right? Okay, so let's taper this.
Almost like a transition period,
Exactly.
right?
Okay, so for this bit, if you just lift your chin up for me, perfect, perfect. So I'm just going in at the moment with a number 2 at the very bottom bit there, just to see where we are with it. Now we're going a little bit shorter. This is the way of grading it now, by stepping down slowly, each grade getting smaller and smaller. Most barbers would know this technique, they use it every day. Alright? So again, just shorter and shorter, but just at this bottom piece here. But not coming above this Adam's apple, leaving all this, because this is what we want to grow down. All this over. Because this is the first bit we're going to notice when it grows back, is these areas here. So if we keep taking them finer and finer at the bottom until they disappear, then you get a nice natural finish of it. The neck's clean, no heavy lines, and it takes longer to grow back. And when it does, it grows back a lot more natural around the edges. We're going to go for the utility bar. The tree range, or my favourite, the styling.
That's the styling.
That's the styling balm, right? Yeah.
I prefer this, so just a little dab of this.
Okay.
That's all you need again.
A dime size amount, right?
Not much, right? Because of the beard. Okay. And then again, you work that in everywhere. Everywhere. And you'll find this will help, especially with the grey hair. The grey hair that stands out and it just controls it nicely. Nice bit of moisture in the beard and that, yeah. And you can style the tash with it as well because it's got a nice hold. And my friend, you are all done.
Look at that.
All good.
Great.
So,
Just want to thank Ari Cut and Grind for making this trip even more memorable. It's
Pleasure.
been great having
Pleasure,
you
my friend.
so much. Thanks
Pleasure.
for all your work you've done with
Pleasure.
Beardbrand. And we're excited for everything to come. Y'all take care.
What's going on, Internet? It is your boy, Eric Banholtz, back again with another awesome episode from Beardbrand. And today, I'm going to show you how I get my beard trimmed up at the Barbershop. And also, as a reminder, if you have not gone to urbanbeardsmen.com lately, be sure to check it out. We're selling some awesome watches. We got some cool things like sunglasses, and it's all available at your fingertips. Check it out.
I'm Andre. I'm a software engineer based here in London. Big fan of Beardbrand, big fan of cut and grind, and today I'm gonna get my hair cut by Harry.
So, let's begin with the hair first, right? You've come a few times so far, so we know what we like. We like to take it nice and short around the sides and back, a nice square shape, nice and natural, tapered into the back. And from the top, because the hair is quite fine, like mine as well, all right guys, right? We like to take it halfway down, and that will just give us a much more fuller, keep the hairline up, and we'll put nice and texture in that, all right?
Yeah, sounds good.
And then we'll work to our beard later, all right? Let's begin the hair. So basically, we're just using a number 4 guard, right? The largest on the clippers, and we're working our way around the sides and the back, creating a nice shape, a nice square shape that suits the gentleman's hair. So again, really taking that 4 in, building up that shape all around. So now, just here at the bottom where we have this wispy hair, we just go slightly shorter and create a very, 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 very natural taper here at the back.
My wedding suit, mate. This is the fall, get married. Crazy. People actually grow up, man.
And I've been doing his hair for 5 years. And his beard, that gentleman. But it normally comes in on a Sunday. Yeah?
Okay, I'll probably come around that time. No point of me coming in now.
We'll come in then that time, 9:30, 10, and we'll go across the road, have some breakfast. Before everyone starts. So, because this gentleman's hair is so fine, really, really fine, right? It makes no sense to me to wash it and cut it because the hair kind of disappears, right? So I quite like cutting it really blunt and really sharp and square, dry, and then wash it and go over it and then blow dry it. And I find it just gives her a better finish to the hair. Do you know what I mean? Going to do with the beard? What are you feeling at the moment with the beard?
So actually I need some bit of an advice from you, Harry.
Yeah.
What would you recommend would suit me? Because last time we took it a little bit shorter.
Yes.
But
Did
now
that
I
work?
don't know.
Was that too short?
No, it wasn't. But just looking for your opinion.
Fancy a change. Yeah. But you don't really want to grow it anymore, right? Too much bigger.
Not too much bigger.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, already we can see in the mirror, we can see like all these little bits here. Can you see how they're like and all that kind of stuff? So I think if we just took it up a little bit more,
right?
So it was that kind of length there. I think it suits the face a little bit more, and it just thickens that little bit around the front. We can come around here and not be so square, maybe slightly rounded a little bit this time. Do you get what I mean? Yeah. But internally, I think we're okay. I wouldn't take any off the inside. Yeah? Cool. So basically, as you can see, we're cleaning up this little corner, right? And then we're going to slightly round it off. Okay, and again here, just very natural, nothing too heavy, just remove the little bits, random pieces that grow up. Can you see from the length? It's not taking any of the length off, right? Because you're not affecting the length, but you're just really taking the bulk that comes here, and then the hair just sort of naturally goes into its natural shape. You can naturally see it. You see when you do that, you see it, you put your comb in and you move it a little bit, you can see the natural, you can see that natural curve. You see it? You see it? You literally follow that round. So it gives a much more natural curvature. Let's have a little look at it in the mirror and see what the shapes look like. You can see the outline. Mustache, we can see already what's happening here, right? You see how it's growing nicely, nice and thick, and you can see these ends now, they're starting to disappear because there's not a lot of hair. So now's the time to sharpen this up, okay? Literally just grab this, get the thickest point, and just literally take that off. Right, and then that way, you've got a nice, more solid end. Right, so we're going to go for the tea tree, right? Let's go for the styling balm because it gives us a little bit more of a hold. Yeah, control them little bits, just a very small amount, not too much. Work it in, really work it in, work it in, and just really get it in there. You can even use it on the tash to separate it. It's got a nice hold to it.
Yeah, it's got any stronger. Do you find that's too strong or? No, on the opposite. I want very stronger one. Yeah, then that
Best thing is just a big brush. Just really get it in there. Just comb it all through. Make sure it's all even.
Keeping it from
I think it's alright.
Yeah.
How it's controlling that.
Happy?
Perfect, as usual.
Hey amigos, Carlos Costa for Beardbrand. Today I'm gonna talk about and showing you the process of how I keep my beard. You guys keep asking the question, how do I keep the beard so neat and to this shape? So, although I'm a very creative guy, I'd like to think anyway, I'm quite clumsy, and the couple times I tried to trim my beard myself, I basically, and I had to shave it all off. So since then, I have not touched my beard, maybe a little bit with the scissors, like tiny bit. So I visit the barber, Ari, quite a lot, and he sorts the shape of my beard. Obviously, we have a conversation about how I want to go, and he suggests what's best for my beard. So that's basically what we're going to do today, talk you through it and show you how we do it.
And what we're going to do that's a little bit different this time is we're going to talk so that you can maintain your beards at home, things that you can do and things that you can't really do, so that you have to come back to the barbers and trim it better, but at least maintain it at least at home, right? And that's what we're going to do with Carlos again today, right? So what we want to try and do is keep the edges clean, and what we're going to do this time is just take up the beard slightly higher, just there, but nothing internal this time, just keeping all the length up here and sharpening this line all the way round and cleaning up all these things, allowing this to come and meet that point there. So basically that's it. And this is something that you would do at home. You would hit a line and go down, but never above, and then you'll trim that little bit there and trim that, and that's it. Nothing else. Right, with your beard or wherever you are at work.
Going to be wearing a top knot.
Best investment, a small comb, something like this.
Like top knots.
Nice in your pocket, easy.
And then
keep it with you.
Always,
always, no matter how long your beard is or how long you've been growing it for, always comb your beard. Always comb it through. As you can see, there's no tangles, no knots. Just goes through. This helps you because as you're growing your beard, you train the hair to go in a specific way of how you want to wear your beard. Alright? And that's it. So basically we've got a little bit of an oil in here, very, very small amount. But what we can do is if we use a little bit of styling balm, okay, just a small amount again, something like this, okay.
Yeah, because the reason why it's doing that now is because you're stripping all the natural oils, so it has to try and produce
this is all we need.
Do you know what I mean? So all you
to
need
work
to
this
do is
in,
to find the bullet for a couple
again,
of days,
make it disappear in our hands so there's no residue there. And again,
Just trying to just
place it in
all the oils that you're getting rid of,
everywhere,
right? Does that make
making
sense?
sure it's
So-
even everywhere, not just going into one
that's
position
cool.
and staying there lumpy.
Yeah.
And as you can see
I mean,
with this,
it is feeling
back with
quite
our
dry.
comb again,
I mean, it's natural
to
for
comb
cleaning
it
to feel
through
dry, you know.
and make sure all
Yeah,
the little
I
ends,
think on the top,
all the
we're just
bits
gonna
that
put this
normally
into
would
shape,
stick
right?
out, as you can see how sharp that is becoming now, how clean that's looking now, the beard, because it's controlling all our little pieces in there. And again, you can use it on your mustache
Sound good?
like
And just maybe just like clean up the
you
beard.
would do a mustache
Cool.
wax.
Yeah, definitely. What I'll do today,
Not so
Not so
this
heavy,
way
that's
here.
what I mean. So this is a lighter way
Can I borrow that comb?
of having it.
like that.
Of course you can.
So instead of
50
going
quid,
all the way
mate.
down to the is now, if you think, if I take
Yeah,
and take
so
this line,
as Ari said and I said before on my videos, this is your best friend when growing and maintaining a beard. Any small, tiny, you can grow your mustache wax,
so that's what I'll do for you today.
retrain the
We're gonna-
mustache
we're
the
gonna
way you
fade
grow,
all this
retrain
into
your
this
beard like
line
Ari
here,
said,
and then
always
I'm gonna
integral
put
to
highest
shape.
line on the natural
And you can
line
use some beard balm,
and
just
then
keep
that's
that
something you can just maintain
shape
at home,
until
literally just
you have your
little
desired
bit, you know what I mean? Instead of
goal
going-
of a beard, I suppose. So thanks for
Yeah,
watching.
No, definitely.
And
definitely.
stay
So
cool.
The thing is,
See you next time.
it's going to be clean. Everything